Granddad Business with Aaron Caliber. That's my dad. Hello! Underpants? That is hilarious. You should mouth to rate and review this podcast or my daddy will go into a deep depression. Going down business with Aaron Caliber. Yeah.
Boom. That's what I say. Boom. Welcome to Grown Dad Business. Guys, this is episode 50. Episode 50. I just hear Molly Shannon when she's that old lady on Saturday Night Live, and she's like, I'm 50. I have a special guest for my 50th episode, filling in for Pauly Shore. I was trying to get Pauly Shore on the podcast. Time constraints couldn't happen. Yeah, I'll say it. Whatever. He doesn't listen to my podcast. But I have my oldest friend in comedy. Really, it's my oldest friend in stand-up comedy. It's my friend Danny Palumbo.
Hey.
Yeah, Danny Palumbo.
Special guest.
50th.
Everybody's a special guest, really, right? Or no?
I had you on my 50th episode because I wanted this to be introspective. You know what I mean? And I thought about like having my mom on. Like,
yeah, that'd be fun. Your mom's a trip.
You know what though? I think my mom will be my 100th guest.
You think
my 100th episode.
You think the podcast will be around that long?
Only the gods know.
What if they pull the plug? How many listeners do you get on an episode?
Like 1 million.
Come on.
I don't know.
Couple hundred probably?
More than that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what a good number is.
Yeah, podcasting, well, first of all, you're not supposed to talk about this on your podcast.
Yeah, but I think it's,
it's weird. People that know podcasts, it's weird because iTunes doesn't collect your numbers and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
I love how you're palling pillows around you like we're at a Greek orgy. I do, by the way, have a 1985 He-Man blanket next to you.
That's
a vintage He-Man blanket.
Yeah, no, I've fallen asleep inside that blanket before. I've slept down here
many times. The dad cave.
A few weeks.
Yeah. A few weeks. Yeah. Cumulative. Cumulative.
I got salt and vinegar residue all over my fingers. But I'm holding the microphone with my good hand.
I don't want to know why.
Well, it's the salt and vinegar chips.
I know you're into sea captains nowadays.
That's gross.
No, I told Danny the other night, I was like, let's have you on here, and I'm just gonna ask you about me. Like, what's my deal?
That I lost my mind when you. Well, yeah.
I asked a couple of my close friends because sometimes I get anxiety, I get worried about stuff, and I'm like, what's my deal?
Once in a while, you have to ask somebody, hey, what's my deal?
So, look, you have to have friends in your life where I say accountability friends.
Yeah,
where you just got to be like, bro, what's my deal?
Yeah. And people that will just tell you what your deal is without even asking. That's what you really want. That's a good friend.
Absolutely.
Somebody to be like, hey, you're acting like, a big jerk right now.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Quit being a big D-hole.
Which I've told you that before.
Quit being a big jerk?
Yeah.
I'm not a jerk.
Well, we can all be jerks.
You never said...
I'm not saying that on the whole you're a jerk.
I feel like there have been times where
you just took that super personal.
Wanted to say quit being a jerk, but you never did, as I recall. So that means there was a point in time. See, when I see Danny, what's my deal? That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, your deal is.
All right, don't tell everybody my deal.
You just asked me while we're holding microphones.
You tell 1,000 people my deal.
Yeah. You want to know what your deal is?
Yeah, what's my deal?
You want to know?
It's episode 50.
You keep saying that though, like it is a game show or the name of this podcast. What's my deal? And you just invite guests on just to figure yourself out. That's what it is.
Well, that's why I talk about childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I do. I love talking to comedians about their childhoods because I have a very unique childhood. I've said it a billion times. I went through abuse. I was poor. I mean, we moved around a lot, new schools all the time. So it's like, I know what I went through and what made me a funny kid.
It feels good to just talk. It feels good to talk about yourself.
That's why we go on stage and do stand-up.
Well, yeah, but it's,
of course
but it's not always talking about yourself in an honest way. That's why podcasts feel good, because I'm just like, Yeah, I just want to talk about
no, I generally
self-indulgently.
most of my episodes have been talking to comedians or creative people about just where they came from. And it'd be a different thing. It'd be different than a lot of biographical podcasts
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, basically, it's like, what's your deal? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like how you keep saying that.
I'm going to change the name of the podcast to What's Your Deal?
Can I tell you what your deal is?
Okay.
You worry too much.
I do.
You worry too much. You're anxious all the time.
Yeah.
And the only time that I haven't seen you anxious is the other night when you were high, and that was it.
I don't think I'm allowed to say that on this podcast.
You don't have to say it because I just did.
Okay.
But you were so chill. I was like, oh, this is clearly a good thing for you. And I've known other people like that too, where like it chilled out.
I understand.
It chilled out my my other friends too. But yeah, no.
This is something that Danny and I have always had as like a fun duo, is that you've always been, most of the time, especially when you're in Pittsburgh,
yeah,
you've been single.
Yeah.
And 4 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been a dad and married.
I didn't even have a girlfriend until I moved to Austin, really.
Yeah, not really.
No, not at all. No. I tried.
Yeah, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I tried, or I was.
I feel like there
nothing
was
ever serious.
So many girls that it felt like it was one.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Just kidding.
Well,
You said the high thing. I had to get you back and say something.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
No, I'm just kidding.
But also, yeah, it's not.
I mean, so it was always funny that Danny and I, as a duo, it's always been like a sitcom. I've always thought,
yeah,
or like a movie, and
yeah.
we've kind of done that.
It's been a bad premise to a sitcom.
Yes.
It's been
and a physical movie.
Yeah, married dude with kids, and then
his young friend,
younger slacker.
No, it's literally been a movie. Like we filmed a movie.
Oh, that's
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
that's what that was about.
That is what the movie was about.
We a friend of ours, a friend of ours wrote a movie.
I'm staying with him when I go back to Austin for a little while.
Ah, shit, he ain't gonna listen to this.
No.
A friend of ours wrote a movie, and it needed cleaned up.
Uh-huh.
And so you and I knocked out a script about that, pretty much.
Basically, our relationship.
Yeah.
Which was kind of the point of the movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There was some good.
Well, we saw that heart of the movie in kind of our own friendship.
Yeah, that was the most fun parts of doing that.
And
then nothing came of it.
I just remember that we did a scene in the car when you were dropping me off at night.
Right off of right
and it
here.
was one of the best things I've ever done still.
That was so much fun.
It was like an 8-minute, almost improvised scene.
Mm-hmm.
We had bullets.
Yeah.
But it was like talking about me going and getting in trouble for being home late and drunk. And it was like...
That's right.
It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, that was the first time I improvised a thing with somebody, and then I felt like, oh, that was fun. That was good.
I still... And something happened with a lot of the footage, but like I want to just post that as a short film.
Just that scene?
Our conversation in the car.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an
Short
intro to our
premise and
duo show. Like that whole scene is like what you watch before we do Danny and Aaron Bring the Heat.
You were supposed to be drunk in that.
Yeah.
In that, I remember that.
It
now.
was.
Did you like fell out of the car or something? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, look, the lights on. Look at it. Look at her waiting.
Yeah, you were just acting all drunk.
It was funny.
Yeah, it's basically what our relationship's like.
It's fun. And then
when I walk into here, this is the world I can't fathom. Well, I get it on a base level, like, hey, there's some kids and there's a wife.
Yeah.
And then, but as a comic, it doesnment make any sense.
Constant love and appreciation.
Well, yeah, when you're here.
That's nice.
But Daddy's gone a lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm not gone a lot.
You're a comic. Well,
I'm gone enough.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, Daddy's gone a lot. I didn't mean to say that like I was your kid.
It was.
And somebody asked.
It did feel like you quoted one of my children.
Well, it feels like.
And you even said like Daddy's gone a lot, like a child.
Yeah.
It made me feel sad.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, well, Becca and I were having a conversation earlier.
Oh my gosh, no you weren't.
And I was like, hey, are you okay? And she said, yeah, Daddy's gone a lot.
And my kids like you.
They do.
Luke the Nuke has smelled you before. He kept trying to smell you, and
When? Oh, last time I was here?
Last time you were here, he was like trying to like put his head under your t-shirt.
Yeah,
and
he's
smell
being
you.
he's being real weird. He also took my phone and just put it down his pants.
And he was like, "Come and get it. You don't like this. Come and get
that's
it."
a real.
No,
Well, that's a smart kid.
He is.
If he takes something and puts it down his pants, he's like, "Come and get it." It's like, well, this kid wants me to go to jail.
Yeah,
He's working the system.
what a bold move.
Yeah, it's
They're
bold
like,
move.
"Hey, give me that cell phone." He's like, "Come and get it, weirdo."
He's got to be a comic at some point. Luke,
Yeah,
you would think so.
yeah,
He's gonna do something wacky with his life.
yeah. I'm afraid he's gonna be like the next Pee Wee Herman or something.
I think that stand up will be, by the time he gets old enough, will be on the downside, and he'll be doing something else pretty wacky. He's gonna be like a rodeo clown or something.
That's shooting really
That's
low.
gonna that'll be the thing that takes off.
Is that what you think?
Yeah,
Rodeo clowns.
something. Rodeo
By
clown.
then, animal rights will be completely obliterate anything in the rodeo.
Oh, they should have already probably.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So within 20 years,
He's a rambunctious child.
he's not even rambunctious. He's a good kid.
I don't
He's a
think
little silly.
rambunctious implies bad.
Oh, yeah.
But he's very
It's because I kind of trained him.
to harness his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I correct him. Like, he's just like, like pee and poop humor. And I'm like, nah, dude, that's not always funny.
Yeah.
I've told him many times. I'm like, yeah, okay. You don't have to tell jokes about your peep no more. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
like- or
that's
like-
annoying when a kid
Or like
does that.
booty jokes. And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
that's not funny all the time. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then when he like learns other slapstick, I'm like, okay, dude, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, you're better than the pee and poop stuff,
Oh yeah, exactly.
and he knows.
So
it.
he's learned that from a very young age. And plus, when he was like 1, 2, and 3, I was home with him a lot. Just me
Right.
and him. So like his sister was in preschool, he was with me every morning. So we would just cut up and watch cartoons and Three Stooges.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like, like in those futuristic movies when you hook up somebody to like a TV with goggles on and you chain them into a chair and you're trying to make them mass murderers.
Yeah.
Except I did that to him and it made him like Laurel and Hardy. He's like a superhuman comedy machine.
That was a.
All we did. Sorry, bill collectors are calling me.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, no, it's Jason Statham actually.
Oh yeah. You say the numbers in your phone.
Which is a joke you do now.
I don't do it.
You used to.
I used to.
I know, because I gave you that part.
You did. You gave
'Cause
me.
I didn't want to do that anymore.
You gave me that part. I
You
like
were
it.
like, I had something for that, and I was like, oh, it's good.
I like it. Well, it's a bit that I adopted in the same. Like when you told me.
Yeah.
You told me a long time ago you say bill collectors in your phone as celebrities, and I was
Yeah.
like, that is fantastic.
Yeah, because
So
when
I-
people ring, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. But you gotta.
But it'd be weird celebrities.
shoot low. Yeah. Jason
It would-
Biggs.
yeah.
Amanda Pete.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's how you do it.
That's what I went with.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine just being at home with a kid all day. That seems.
Yeah, no, it was my little boy.
Right. Not just
So
a
it's
kid.
fun. But it was fun that like we would just sit there and watch old Tom and Jerry and he'd be laughing his balls off. And I'm like, this is the most adorable thing ever.
He loves it.
Oh, it's the best.
Do kids watch old cartoons now still, or is that something you gotta like go in the?
Are
Are they on?
Oh yeah. Well, now with streaming, you can find
Sure.
anything. And what's really cool is my kids say words like classic and vintage and retro.
They say those words.
Yeah. Because like I tell them what it is once and I'm like, oh, this is like vintage Superman.
Right.
And so when Luke was really little, we were like, the old Silver Age Superman, I think
Mhm.
that's what you would call it. It's the first 1940s Max Fleischman Superman. You might not know what that is. Some people listening do.
Mm-mm.
But it's the first Superman cartoon. And Max Fleischer or Fleischman. The art was fantastic. It was from like 1939. It's just beautiful. It's amazing. It's so good. And Luke was obsessed with it. And I loved watching it too.
Easy to understand.
Oh,
And
super easy, beautiful art. And now they love classic Batman. Like they love old Super Friends. They
Really?
love the old. Oh, Luke will put on Tom and Jerry and he goes, this is the new Tom and Jerry. This isn't any good.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, we got to put on the classic Tom and Jerry. And I'm just like, yes. Or it'll be like new Looney Tunes. And they'll be like, nope.
Yeah. News not good.
Nope.
News not
They'll
good.
put on the old Looney Tunes.
I was Tiny Toons.
They watch some of that.
Tiny
That's
Toons?
so good.
Animaniacs.
But come on, Tiny Toons and Animaniacs and
Uh,
those shows, they had adult humor in them.
They did.
Oh, Animaniacs, they referenced like all kinds of movies, classic
weird
pop culture
stuff that kids aren't getting. Like Spielberg referencing like
the whole Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Goodfeathers. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
the Goodfeathers.
Yeah, I love it.
Dude,
the
it's
pigeons.
just the Goodfellas pigeons.
Yeah, it's great.
The Goodfeathers.
I love it.
No kids get that.
No kids get that. No
It's
kids
amazing.
get a reference to Michelle Pfeiffer playing Catwoman, but that's the stuff
So
they
funny.
would do. Wasn't it bizarre too? Because like that was the stuff I grew up on. But then
Me too.
also Batman the animated series was
That's
like
one of the best cartoons ever
really
made.
dark
Oh,
for a kid to. Clayface gave me nightmares as a kid. That was so
watched
sad.
some of that, but it's sometimes a little dark. Like
It's
they
way
get
too dark.
scared. Yeah.
Yeah, the Clayface episode is frightening and sad.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, it's one of the best cartoons ever made.
Yeah, I know.
It's one of my favorite
I love
cartoons
it.
of all time.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Is it? It's not streaming, is it?
Oh yeah, Batman animated series
On
I'm
Netflix?
pretty sure. I think it might be on Amazon Prime. We have everything. We don't have cable.
You just have all that.
Yeah, we have Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix. Guys, by the way, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix. Holler at your boy if you want to sponsor the show. Let's see, Hulu. Yeah, you're awesome. Hulu. Let's.
You gotta
shout
pick
out.
one.
Yeah, Hulu. Hulu is pretty amazing,
I like Hulu.
and I have HBO Go. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not much there for kids, right? Oh no, there is. There's a whole
Sesame
kid,
Street.
There's a whole
now.
kids section. Yeah, yeah.
Sesame Street is on
That's
HBO
right.
now.
I forgot about that.
They moved Sesame Street from PBS to HBO
Did they really?
after like 35 years. Yeah.
How? Why?
I don't know. I'm sure there's a whole story to it.
Do people have HBO? That's weird.
Isn't that weird?
That's very strange.
I know. I know. So anyway, that's why Luke's funny.
Wait,
And
why?
It's just because he was with me for so long.
Oh,
And we're such we're a goofy family. Like we make each other laugh all day.
yeah.
At the dinner table, like we're always like
I've noticed that.
we always try to make each other laugh. It's so fun.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's so fun.
That's bizarre, though.
But you know
also,
what? I
In a
love,
family.
when you sit back and you think like when my kids think about when you were like 17, 18, 19, you start getting retrospective about your family.
Mm-hmm.
You start thinking about like, I'm an adult now. And you start thinking about your parents.
Oh yeah.
And like my kids are going to be like, my parents are really fun, loving people.
Yeah.
And that means a lot.
And then the divorce rate is going to be so high when you're older that the other kids are going to resent your kids for having such a great family.
Yeah. Because it's going to be so much
That's
higher.
what people do now.
Oh, yeah.
That's what people do now.
I can't imagine when the
If you-
divorce rate
if-
is 90%.
If you have a good family, people are like, oh, screw this guy. Yeah,
maybe the divorce rate
comedy.
will be higher because less people will be getting married in 20 years.
that's probably going to be a thing, right?
I think so. I mean, it increases every decade.
The divorce rate?
No, the amount of people that live in relationships.
Oh, and don't get
People
married.
that don't get married.
Huh.
Or like children out of wedlock, like it gets more and more.
Yeah, marriage is kind of I mean, I'm not. I don't think I will do it. Maybe,
Well,
but it's more of a money thing for me too now. Which is like
it's the
I
best. I know people that have been together for years and years, and I'm like, how are you not married?
yeah,
Do you know you can consolidate your college debt? Are
right.
you out of your mind? Like I always tell my friends, like I'm giving them tax advice, and I'm like, yeah, no, like you should get married.
Yeah,
Like what? Why wouldn't you? And
That
they're like,
kinda makes
well,
sense.
we're not like ready. And I'm like, you've been living together for 9 years. That doesn't make any sense.
yeah, that's nuts.
It
Do you
doesn't
have
make-
friends like that?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I just surround myself with people that just are not marriage material.
Yeah, I know how you do.
No, I got friends in Austin that are married. Recently married.
Like young
Two-
people.
Early 30s. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
30, maybe like
nobody's married in Austin, Texas, by the
33?
way.
Yeah, no, I got plenty of married friends there. Actually, yeah, I have a lot of married friends
Are
in
they
Austin.
old dishwashers at your restaurant you work at?
No, they're all comics.
A lot of married comics.
My buddy, I was at both of their weddings last year. Brendan K. O'Grady, Mac Blake got married last year. Both super
Huh.
fun. I emceed Brendan's wedding.
That's fun.
That was good. Asked out the girl that was a wedding planner, and she went on a date with me. And then, this is funny. After a couple, kept trying to go out, and I was like, and she would say yes, and then she would back off. And that happened twice. And after the second time, she was like, "This is you're gonna love this." And after the second time, she said, "Hey, I just wanted to be like honest with you. Like, I'm a pretty like religious person, and with my ex-boyfriend, it was a problem that like he wouldn't come to church with me and stuff, and like I could just tell that you're like you're a comic, and
I can tell.
And well, she could just like I'm a comic, and like I'm not, And she was like, it would just eventually be a problem, and like I just figured, let's not. And I was like, well, the date would have just been fun if we didn't have to bring all this into it.
We would have had a blast.
Yeah. But also, I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. That's the first time someone used God as a reason to not go out with me, and I was like, oh, all right.
Well,
but
I'm sure if you were uglier, you would have heard that before.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good excuse. But some people don't know. You're okay with. You're respectful to God.
Yeah,
You're a nice guy.
Well, I don't hate God.
Yeah, I know.
Some people don't know. You're respectful towards God.
Yeah, some people assume. Like you're saying, like comedians, like you're a comedian, you can't,
Wow, they probably just assume that I wouldn't take it seriously or go to church. Or go to church.
I don't go to church. I go to the gym. I do.
That's your T-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't go to church. I go to the gym. You don't go to church?
No.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
My wife and kids go to church.
But you don't?
No. I don't have a degree in theology.
Why not?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's odd.
I'm just I think the whole thing.
Hold up.
What?
Does Wendy care?
Yeah, she knows the deal. We have conversations about it.
So she doesn't care that
I don't get a lot from sitting in church. And I think church is very essential for some people if they need to, I feel like find themselves or be surrounded by positive people. I think it's very important for somebody that, that might want to learn more about spirituality or learn more about God. It's very important for them to be in a community of people that can lift them up and be encouraging.
I've got follow-up questions.
Okay. Hold on. So, but I think that's where church is essential. And I feel like that I don't.
Sure.
I've been through that whole world as a full-time youth pastor.
Youth pastor.
And so like I don't.
So no.
I don't need to be in a church community.
Yeah, you don't have to explain.
I feel comfortable.
You don't have to explain not going to church to me.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But like I get it. I'm just curious. Like, do people at the church be like, well, how come Aaron doesn't go to church?
Yeah, I don't care.
But you probably get some of that judgment.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
That's all right.
It's such a thing where people
that's
are
their
like,
problem.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, that's their problem.
Yeah,
it really is.
I don't go to church. I go to the gym.
I mean,
that's I know, but that's like the same.
I've had see people think like you go to church because it's like for you, it's fulfilling you, and sure, that's great, but really the whole point of it is so that you can get filled up and then go out and be that person to people around you in the world.
Exactly.
But people don't do that.
Yeah.
People go in and like, oh, I made myself feel better about myself.
It's a community thing. I just from a family standpoint, I was wondering if you would still go because like
I don't never go.
That's awesome that Wendy's cool with it though, because that's the thing that would happen in a lot of traditional relationships, which is like you need to go to. It's like a Simpsons episode.
I think we're like understood. We are the Simpsons. You know that, right? Think about my family. We're the Simpsons.
Okay,
you never realized
so
that. Did
Luke is. I'm thinking about Luke is a little bit of Bart.
Yeah. Becca the professor is Lisa Simpson.
I can see
She's
that.
the smart one, and then we have little Maggie.
Here's the only thing.
How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Here's the only thing I want to say about that. Wendy's better than Marge. Wendy's.
Wow.
Wendy's more.
She listens to all these episodes.
Wendy's,
you son of a bitch. You're really trying to get in.
No,
you were just upstairs talking about how good her banana muffins were. Oh.
Wendy said she wants me to cook. And I quote,
I'm not leaving town for a while.
You don't have to
leave town.
Look, I just, I like your wife.
Danny, I've said before that there are people I can count on one hand that if I died and they took care of my wife, I'd be okay if you did.
For real?
Yeah. I'm saying
like
that right now.
In a husband way.
You don't gotta say it. But yeah, it's
no, I'm just saying in like
yes.
Yeah. You think that'd work? Okay, let's say scenario. I want to entertain this for a second. Let's say you die. You're dead.
I have to put in the description. Me and Danny.
Hold on. You're dead. Here's
lay out if I died and he. Okay.
You're dead. Your will says, "Hey, the only person I really trust to
take care of the family.
Take care of the family is Danny."
Mm-hmm.
So I just walk in with a suitcase and I'm like, "Hey," and I'm the new
court ordered.
I'm your court-ordered husband, per Aaron's wishes.
I said I can count on one hand, so there's more.
Yeah, but let's say it's me.
You guys might have to compete.
Let's just say it's me. I'm probably the closest thing to you that, comic. I don't make any money doing comedy, so what are we supposed to do? Okay,
Yeah,
you'll have that.
we're very different.
You'll have that taken care of, though. You'll have a bunch of money you're leaving behind, and I'll be flying out to do feature weeks. Now I'm like, well, I broke even, but as I got to do some comedy.
I support a family of 4 other people, and you
Yeah,
are living with your parents right now.
I couldn't do what you do.
It's very hard.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I'd have to have because you went the backwards route, which is you had a family and then you started doing comedy.
Yeah,
and you're like, well, now I got to provide.
Well, the funny thing is like I don't want to go backward. Well, I don't want to keep reiterating like my story. I mean, some people have heard this on this podcast and some people haven't, but like I was pursuing my dreams before I had kids.
True.
So what some people might not know about my story is like I made 2 huge independent films. I traveled the country in dozens, over 50 plus film festivals for like 2.5 years. Spent all this time making movies. And then I was doing like I started my own sketch group for 1.5 years.
Yeah.
I was doing improv nonstop. I was doing like Whose Line Is It Anyway shows on riverboats and casinos. Yeah. So I was doing comedy. I was doing short films. So I was doing all that. I went to Chicago, did Second City for a little bit. Yeah. So after I was doing all that for years and also working, I did work in the church and worked with teenagers during that time as well. So after all that, I was kind of like, hey, honey, what do you want? So it kind of like I did for, we had a kid when I was 28. So like, yeah, for 8 years, I did all this stuff, Yeah. So it was kind of like I've been traveling around. I've been, going back and forth to Chicago, going to film festivals, spending, 20 hours a day making movies. You know what I mean? There was whole summers of that. So it was basically like, oh, honey, what do you want? And she's like, I want a house and a baby. And I'm like, fair enough. You know what I mean? So it only because, and when stand-up, the only reason I say I started stand-up is because I was kind of stuck at home. Like we had a baby. And so I had to stay in Pittsburgh and work. But while I was working, I was like, what else can I do? What else can I try out? And that was stand-up. Because I was like, oh, I can, like making another movie is just, fundraising and like all that, all the shit that goes into making your own film. And having your own sketch group was also difficult. And even doing improv, it's like you got to do it with 9 people. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't just like go out at night and go do improv. You can in Pittsburgh now. Yeah. A little bit.
But you also don't make any money doing it.
That was the thing right there. I've told this, but it's just for the sake of saying, like, comedian Frank Nicotero saw me do like a Whose Line Is It Anyway thing. Yeah. He's the one that was like, you should do stand-up. So I started asking him about stand-up, and he was like, dude, he's like, you get booked at the Improv hosting and make $50 a show. And I was like, $50 a show?
Yeah.
Like, I'm splitting $50 with 7 people doing improv.
Yeah, you're lucky, though, because you started making, because stand-up's the only thing you do, and you started making a career out of it, like, simultaneously while having other kids.
Yeah, but I also got really lucky acting, too. Like, I did get a lot of acting gigs.
Yeah. Right. And
I mean, the last 8 years...
And all the commercial stuff that pays.
I mean, dude, in the last 8 years, I've done 3 movies and, like, about 25 commercials.
I would have to have that stuff guaranteed first before I had kids.
Yeah, it's a little nuts.
I would have to have...
But it just kind of happens. That's grown dad business, dude.
I'll probably adopt if I ever have kids.
How
do you feel about adoption?
Once you have, we've talked about that. And
I don't remember.
No, like my wife and I.
Oh,
just like thoughts about it.
Oh, yeah.
Not like, should we do this? No.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, like some friends of ours, quite a few friends of ours have adopted kids, and it's like, wow, that's like tough. Like, and it's hard, I guess, when like once you have your own kids, it's like, it feels weird to bring another kid in. But then it's like, no, we are a kind of family that could really love another kid like that.
For sure.
So it's tough. It's a weird thing, But
Plus, who cares if they're adopted or not? Why?
Well,
Why do other kids? Or even. It's like they're still around. Like
if we brought another little baby into the house, or even another kid, my kids, it would be no problem.
Yeah.
I think you're making me think about adopting a child, Danny.
Are you?
No.
Do you want to?
No.
On the record.
I'd have to make a lot more money.
Would you want a fourth kid?
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
Like, I don't care. If it happens, it happens.
Okay, but preference.
Danny, I've had 3 kids on birth control. I don't give a shit about nothing.
Preference, though. If you could have a fourth kid, would you want to?
Yeah, sure.
You don't feel like there's too many?
No. Because, like, honestly, I've said before that I'm just like, people are like, oh, you're going to have another one? And I'm like, what's 4? We have 3.
Yeah. Our couch has like 8 spaces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, they're going to sit.
But really, once you have 3,
Yeah.
like, you can afford 3, what's 4?
Yeah, you just put out an extra food bowl.
That's it.
I mean, I get it.
You put out an extra food
That's
bowl.
it. You just-
I just pictured you tossing it on the floor and then it like,
Yeah.
like it just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, if I have a family, yeah, we'll go food bowl style. I'll eat that way too, just so they don't think they're being.
You dirty Italians.
We'll eat the same way.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's that's too many kids.
That's hilarious.
I'll just tell you, it's too many kids.
Oh, really? When are you gonna have kids?
I'm not gonna have kids, man,
Why not?
because I don't make any money.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, I gotta have money first.
I don't think anybody loves you enough either.
That's not true.
That was a hard laugh.
People have loved me. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just not in the cards. I got to get a career taken care of first. Aaron's texting in the middle of his podcast right now.
No, I got an important email.
Did you?
Yeah, as soon as I saw
Important. What was it? Looney Bin?
booking. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Come on.
No, it's just booking.
For what?
I'm gonna be in Cleveland next month.
For what?
At Cleveland Hilarities.
Oh, okay.
So if anybody's listening from Cleveland, this is my shout out portion of the show. If you're listening this week,
Yeah.
Saturday night, I'm on the Blue Light Special show at 10 p.m. at Arcade Comedy Theater.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do that?
No, I'm in Buffalo this weekend.
Where you at Helium in Buffalo?
Helium, Buffalo.
With Kurt Bronneler.
Mm-hmm.
Super funny dude.
It's very funny.
Yeah. There are people that listen around the country to this. You know that.
I
It's
doubt
not
it.
just my mom and my aunt.
I doubt it. That
Whew,
email
you're cutting tight.
was only kind of important though. It's like important email. You just be like, I just got an email. You know, important email. I'm like, what? Did someone contact you from Los Angeles or something?
President of Showbiz?
Was it something important?
Was it the president of Showbiz?
Was it?
I just saw a name
his
pop
assistant?
up. That's all.
Okay.
And I was
gotcha.
like concerned. It's
Oh.
okay.
Yeah,
Everything's
that's good.
fine. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I'm in Cleveland September 15th through the 18th, 15th through the 19th. I'm headlining on Wednesday and Thursday.
That's fun.
And then I'm with Tom Arnold Friday and Saturday. And
Hey.
then Sunday, I'm doing my stand-up comedy game show, The Stand Up Get Down.
That's fun.
It's going to be Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. It'll be a good time.
Oh, wow.
Good times. You'll be in Buffalo this week?
Uh-huh.
That's fun times.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm sick of doing the road work.
Really?
I don't want to, yeah.
You're
Sure.
crazy.
I just want to be in a place.
Isn't it fun, though?
It's fun, but
Yeah, but you can't be in the same place just doing jokes. You got to get on the road.
Yeah, no, I know.
You're going to get, you'll fizzle out, man.
No, I understand that. I just get bored, and I'm not. I don't have.
You know what's funny is I don't think you've reached a point that I have here in Pittsburgh. You haven't reached that point in Austin yet, where it's like you're starting to now be like the old comic.
Oh yeah.
I'm at that
well,
point now where there's so many young people now where they're just like, I show them
Who
a
are
mic
you?
and they're like, who's this 35-year-old dad?
Yeah.
But then I show them what's up.
Well, that's funny. I'm around Austin a lot, but I'm still like.
But what I'm
31
saying
is young in Austin.
Oh, but what I'm
Also-
saying is I think if you would stay in Austin for another 3 or 4 years, I
Yeah.
think you'd start hitting that point where they're
Oh
like,
yeah.
they're like, yeah, dude, you were the funniest person in Austin
Yeah.
like 5 years
Yeah,
ago.
like 5 years ago. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
and that's for me now.
Yeah.
It's like, our friend Matt Light has been like best comedian a couple years in a row.
Yeah.
And I was like best comedian 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Even
you're
not,
old guard.
even not being funniest person in Austin this year was like the year after it was the most fun year of my life. It was great.
Sure.
Yeah, it was fun.
But that's a very big
uh,
accolade in Austin,
Sure.
in the comedy scene. Pittsburgh Magazine is not like.
Well, yeah, you guys just voted. Somebody
it's
just
just like
somebody just vote. People just vote.
Yeah, people are like, yeah, we saw that guy.
An idiot.
Yeah.
Any dummy off the street.
Whoa, you better
But
watch it with my
This
fans.
is well.
They're adults.
Well, I'm saying,
They're smart people, Danny.
No, I understand they're adults. They're adults. That's so funny.
They're adults.
But yeah. Anyway, I just get sick of doing the road. I feel like when I was, who's that?
Luke the Nuke sneaking up.
Oh,
hey,
Lukey.
Skaskook. I call him Skaskook.
What's up,
Hey,
man?
Skaskook. Come here, Nuke. Hey, come here. Wait, take that lollipop out of your mouth. What are you, a loan shark? Give me. You're like, hey, you doing?
Can
He's
I?
like, Dan, what do you, come on. What do you think about Danny?
Remember last time I smelled your stinky feet?
I told you he was smelling him.
I didn't realize they were stinky, but
Why? Let's just break this down real quick. Why did you put Danny's phone down your pants?
I didn't do that.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah, you did. Because you thought it was hilarious.
Just
I
say
did not.
Are you pleading the fifth right now? Like you didn't do that?
I didn't do that because I don't remember that.
Danny, what's going on here?
I didn't do that because I don't remember that. Is a lot of bad people say that. But
Danny's calling you a criminal.
But also,
That's not being a criminal, you know.
Yeah, that's just being a weirdo.
yeah, I don't know, wasn't it? You put my phone down your pants. All you gotta say is it was a weird time in my life, and I don't even know who that person is anymore.
That's all you gotta say.
I don't even know who that person is anymore.
It's a really tasty lollipop.
Look at him just leaning back like,
deflecting
okay. That's how he's gonna
deflecting.
play it. That's how he's gonna play it.
Luke, you want to come home with me?
Yeah.
Okay, pick.
Okay, do you want to sleep over at Danny's house? What are you guys gonna do?
Eat lollipops all night. Twizzlers.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Sounds like Neverland Ranch.
No, I'm okay with that.
Until morning, we'll just eat popsicles.
I love it.
All
That sounds
day.
fun.
This sounds like the best time ever.
Okay, let's say that Aaron goes away for a long time.
Daddy.
Let's say Daddy goes away for a long time, maybe forever.
What if Daddy goes to Jesus?
Would you have if I came in to this house and started doing everything that Daddy does? Would you be okay with that, or would you think there would be some problems? Like if I was like, "Hey, I'll take you."
I think you're scaring him.
I'll take you to school. I'll take you to school. And
What if Danny became your new daddy?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to say it like that.
Yeah.
Wait, you'd be okay with that?
Yeah.
Really? But I'd be gone forever.
Well, that part is bad, but but we get over it as a family.
I don't want both of you.
You want both of us? My two dads.
My two dads.
We're in. Wait a second. Whoa, hold on.
Yeah. No.
You cannot get the approval of a 5-year-old for this kind of situation.
I think it's okay.
What? You think this is a pact agreement?
Running past Wendy. This is running past Wendy.
All right, Luke, you're fired. I don't know what you just got me into.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I probably could just step in like that. Because I think everyone's...
What you're doing is you're stepping over your bounds here. Gentlemen.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Luke, you better tell him to watch it.
Watch it, Nucky.
Knucklehead.
Nucky.
Yeah, Nucky head.
Oh, Nucky head. I like Knucklehead. That's good.
You know what? I want Danny to take me to school tomorrow.
You're going to make Danny cry.
I'll take you to school tomorrow if I can.
Yay!
Yeah, see?
Danny's going to be a great dad.
I will be.
Oh, I wanted to ask you. I always talk to comedians that, they always go through something in life
Mm-hmm.
that's weird. Yeah, I'm changing gears here
No, yeah, go
because I
ahead.
want to get this out. What made you a comedian?
Oh, as far as like what?
Because look, like I know Danny's family. I've been to his brother's wedding.
Yeah.
Like Danny has a fun, great family. You guys like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom and dad are awesome. Your brother's a great guy.
Brother's like my best friend.
Yeah. What
Um,
I always say, like most comedians have some kind of trouble
yeah.
that make them comedians. And then there's like that 1 out of 10 that's like, my family's great.
Yeah.
And that's you.
Well, yeah, but then there's the part where, you know, it's like school wasn't, you know, as fun. Or hey, Luke.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, great family. But was a fat kid.
You were.
Yeah, I was a fat kid. Chubby, and got made fun of. And got made fun of for it too.
You did?
Yeah. Oh, for sure, definitely.
I remember seeing pictures of when you growing up.
Yeah, in my house. Oh, you saw my senior high school picture, but that's when I lost weight.
Yeah.
So I was a fat kid, and then
So
I lost
how'd you lose
weight.
weight?
In like 10th grade, I was like, I'm sick of being.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I was like, okay, seriously though, I should try to get a girlfriend or something.
You
was
just
like,
made a decision, like, you know what? I'm gonna fix this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then I did.
How old was your brother? How much older?
He's 2 years older than me.
So was he like a senior?
Yeah, all the girls loved my brother.
Oh.
All the girls loved my brother, and then I was friends.
And he was really nice to you, right? In high school? Was he? Did you guys get along in high school?
Ish. Once we started working at the same restaurant,
Yeah.
we became very close.
Yeah.
Before then, it was kind of like he might have been a little bit of a D.
Yeah, but he's your older brother.
He was your older brother, and he was
Because there was a point where you were in 6th grade and he was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, back off.
I think I was just a big old. I was a nerd.
Yeah.
I played sports, but then I quit those and I started doing musicals, and then I would go to those parties and stuff and hang out with those people, and then
Oh yeah, drama parties, dude.
yeah, that's
Musical
it.
parties? The
Musical
best.
parties. Didn't no, I didn't get laid in high school at all.
You didn't?
Uh-uh.
Not even the drama.
I don't think I told you this. I didn't get laid until I was like 22.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? And I didn't really I didn't have my first girlfriend until I was like 26.
I was married before I was 22.
That's crazy.
So
That's-
I did have a sex.
Yeah, but you grew up in a place like the Homestead's pretty promiscuous.
What?
No, I don't know.
That's also the shirt that I'm
that's-
going to sell.
that's-
Homestead is pretty promiscuous.
That's I have I don't think girls in Western Pennsylvania like me very much. I've always had a weird time with, but Austin, it's like easy. Everyone's so nice. Dates go well. You know, everyone's so nice.
I think
and
what you
I
just
feel
said
more
was-
appreciated there. I think girls in Western Pennsylvania though, because I'm not like, I feel like they think I'm weird or something. You know, I feel like I get that.
like you're not a real man. like that you might be
I mean,
gay.
that's so funny though.
And then in Austin,
A little bit.
So you're saying Austin is full of whores?
No, that's not it at all.
The way you said no.
No, that's not it. I don't know. I just feel more appreciated in Austin. I feel like, you know.
So what made you have this sense of humor?
I don't know.
It's just kind of
Just being made fun of in school. Super into video games, so I was like a shut-in. So like, and then watching like tons of like
Mel Brooks
movies.
Mhm.
Yeah, watching free pay-per-view and watching that stuff all day. I spent so much time alone as a kid.
Right.
That like my imagination was like, I always thought in like movies and stuff. That's why before I started doing stand-up, I
I
started
did
writing.
too, yeah.
I started writing scripts
I did too.
because my brain always thought that way.
Yeah.
Stand-up was a thing I just fell into, and I was like, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah, it was funny
But-
because I think when I met you, I don't know if I made this story up or not. I think I remember you or I wearing a Beastie Boys shirt. It was either you or I, because that's how our
I think it was you.
That's how our conversation started.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? That's how like middle school boys meet.
Oh yeah.
We're like, you like Beastie Boys? I like Beastie Boys.
You like the same band?
I like Beastie Boys. You like Beastie Boys? Beastie Boys are our best. I feel like that's how that first conversation went. But we started stand up like the same week.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who was first, but it was like
Because I didn't meet you at my first open mic.
no.
Because you weren't there, but I met you like the second.
Do you
one.
remember the first time you did stand up?
Oh yeah.
No, what's the date?
Oh no, I don't remember.
You don't?
No, I don't have the date. I don't remember the date. I used to have a joke about that too, but I don't have it.
Do you know about
June
what
2009?
year? Oh yeah, that's about right.
June. Early
Yeah.
June.
No, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I only did stand up from my first time I ever did it was December 29th, 2008.
Right, and then you took. Yeah, I
and
remember.
then I did it maybe 4 times
Why did you go back in June?
because I did it that first time and then I did it like 2 or 3 more times, like went to open mics and I was like, this is abysmal.
Yeah.
And then I did 2 movies in a row.
Yeah.
So I was gone I was filming movies from April to July 2009.
And then you just thought when you got back,
I met a comedian that was an extra in the one movie I did.
Who?
Dave on Magwood.
Oh my God.
And on July 19th, 2009 was my first show ever, technically. And I did 18 minutes.
That's insane.
After doing open mic 5 times. So I think we met late summer 2009 because it was like right then.
Smiling Moose.
Yeah.
That place got wacky.
It was fun. It was fun for a while and then it died.
You remember the time Mitch and I did a talk show?
Yes.
And then we brought comics on?
Yes.
I think it went horribly, but it was still kind of fun.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That was weird. That was the spot.
Yeah.
They don't do anything there anymore.
I know. So that's why you're funny.
So 2009. I think so. I think it's because I was such a shut-in.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. Because if I had any sort of social life, if I figured out that girls liked me early on, or if I probably would have been like, "What am I doing stand-up? Why would I want to do anything creative?" You know,
Yeah.
I'd probably just. And I am the type of person too. I'm like, I just fall for somebody, and like I would just date them for a while.
Yeah.
I could see that happening if I was, if I had a girlfriend in high school or something. But I spent so much time alone. Is like it cultivates a.
When did you get your first girlfriend?
Austin.
Drop my
When I was 26.
Wait, what?
First girl I ever seriously dated, because I tried to date people here when I moved, and Slippery Rock, and it just didn't, for whatever reason, it just didn't pan out ever. It was like,
You never had a girlfriend in high school?
No.
I had more girlfriends in high school than I did as an adult.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, never one girlfriend in high school.
It's so funny how we were opposite.
Yeah.
Like I think people would think that my high school was you.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, you're a fat kid and played video games," and was no, like I was a 3-sport athlete. I was leads and plays in musicals.
Yeah.
Girls liked me. I was a fun guy. I had fun.
You know what? Also,
that sounds really douchey. If anybody from high school is listening to this, they're like,
probably like,
really, dude? Relax.
I think
no, but I had fun. I had fun. I was the goofy. I was obnoxious.
I should say this too. I think girls did like me, but I was too like afraid or something. And
I got really fat after college.
Yeah, no, I was fat early. My other fat friend Aaron in Austin said on stage one time, because we were having an argument on stage.
Yeah. By the way, Danny has an Austin fat Aaron also.
Yeah, he's great. He's good. And he said, we can't all be captain of the football team when they're in high school. And I was like, you don't know. I was like, you have no idea what my childhood was like. And I was like, because I was called a fat kid for so long, and then when I lost weight, everyone just thought I was gay.
Really?
Yeah, everybody, because I was friends with the girls, and I was just like super skinny, and like would wear dorky clothes.
They're like, hey, fat kid. And then you get skinny and you're like, hey, gay kid. You're like, what's a guy got to do?
What? Exactly.
What, seriously?
Yeah, 100%.
You just had to walk around with a boob in your hand.
To prove, yeah. With a boob. That's a literal boob.
With a boob in your hand.
Hey, guys.
I told you I like them.
That's super convincing.
Oh, my God. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, I was, so then I peaked later.
Yeah.
Can I call this peaking?
I guess so.
Well, Austin's good to me.
Man,
I have.
You need to get back to that sweet, sweet nectar of Austin.
I got to go back for 3 months before I go. But I am looking forward to going to a new place again. I need to go to LA.
I'm happy that you came home.
I am too.
Come on.
It seemed. I know. I am. It was torturous at certain points, but for different reasons.
Well, dude, thanks for being part of my 50th episode.
Of course.
It took 50 episodes to get you on.
Yeah.
I was going to have you on when I went to Austin, but I was like, we'll save it.
I remember that. Yeah.
I'm glad we saved it.
Yeah, this is 50. It's good.
Because I like people that really know me, because we can have a personal conversation.
About how I'm going to be the new father of this family.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Luke said, and by the way, neither of us asked him to say anything. He said, I want Danny to take me to school tomorrow. That's what he said. Nobody urged him to say that.
It's recorded.
He just said it on his own. I think that's pretty beautiful. Bruh. I'm going to step in.
You're going to step out. That's what you're going to do.
All right.